Welcome back to Casados, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, everybody.
My name is Eduardo, and on my side is my lovely wife,
Sochi.
Hey, welcome everybody. It's live studio audience, like always.
Everybody.
It's another wonderful and what is it? Episode
number 11.
11, yeah. Thank you guys for being here with us.
Or is it 10?
No, 10 was the giveaway. Which, again, we owe you guys the video. I'm sorry. Es que no sabemos. Estamos aprendiendo.
Yes, guys. We had some definitely technical difficulties.
Very, very technical difficulties. But they have been fixed. So you will be seeing us. And you will also be seeing some lovely backgrounds behind us. Porque ya le supe a la bestia.
Ya le supe al green screen.
Ya le supe.
Yeah.
So, again, welcome to episode 11.
Yes, it's actually number 11. Wow.
Wow. UPA.
That's crazy, guys. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. Thank you again for keeping up with us. For those that leave comments, we love them. We love reading them.
I hope our winners from our last episode, shout out to Jessica and
Clarissa. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you as well for being
tell us on the comments qué hicieron con los 25 que se compraron, a dónde
let
fueron.
Us know, where did you guys go?
Did you get Starbucks or Black Rock?
Yeah.
Black Rock.
Or Halloween is coming up. Did you buy any decor with
Para los triquis, ya que viene Halloween.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for the kiddos.
But yeah, shout out to you guys. You guys make this show possible.
Yes, and keep going, keep
like it, share,
liking
subscribe
us, sharing us,
aquí
listening to us.
Yeah, aquí ya me han dicho que quieren más de one episode a week, babe.
That's crazy.
Pero es que yo no sé, ya estoy aprendiendo. Maybe, I would like to get to multiple episodes.
I think that would be fun, but I think we really have to dedicate to that.
Yeah, it's work, guys. Trust me.
Yeah.
Y más si le estás aprendiendo, pues, poco a poquito se hace más fácil, obviously, but yeah, right now, one a week's good.
Yeah, I think one a week for now is
fine. Y así para que no se cansen de nosotros.
Yeah, that way you guys could actually want to see us,
Para que digan, tan bonitos, eh. No, y luego, hey, we're about to start our healthy lifestyle.
Yeah,
o sea, again for the 7th time this year.
Maybe 100th time.
Maybe, yeah, pero pues, no, mira, lo que importa es querer empezar.
Yeah, that's true.
So, aunque sea la séptima vez, hay una séptima banda, no hay pedo. Nosotros aquí se les va a acabar sus gorditos, vamos a estar flaquitos. Nada, tampoco, no quiero estar flacos.
No tanto.
Los flacos se la ven más tristes.
Con unas libritas menos, todo bien.
Yo quiero nomás no cansarme en el Target.
I know. Oh my God, we love Target.
Target es el diablo, bro.
Yeah, Target takes our money, guys.
Todo. Hey,
comment below who doesn't.
Mira,
go to Target and spend more than $100.
$100, yeah. Yeah, no más a veces.
Today I was proud of ourselves. We didn't spend more than $100.
That is very true, which I technically shouldn't have even been spending anything.
How much did we spend?
I didn't see the total.
I think it was wasn't it 70 or something?
I think so.
Or was it 40 something?
It was like 40.
I don't know. It was something, but either way. We went because we needed some stuff, and yeah.
So, enough of the chitty chatters. Para lo que vinieron, para lo que querían, para lo que están esperando.
Yeah, as you can see by the title, probably down there.
Somewhere, por ahí, por allá.
We're going to be talking about Mr. Edward's experience with DUI, guys. Sadly, but true.
Yep. Sadly, guys. I drove and drank. And I wanted to be like Antonio Aguilar. Y yo dije, voy a voltear la troca. Y se volteó. Y ya no se quiso voltear para atrás. Como el caballo que se acostaba.
Oh my God. No, I think that's scary, guys. I think that's nothing to joke around with or even play with. But drinking and driving is not cool.
Yeah, guys. So this podcast does not condone, what is it? Drinking and driving, texting or driving, drinking underage, or
any type of drugs by doing or driving or doing anything while you're driving. That's not cool.
And don't eat snails either. The snails need, they need support too.
We need your focus on the road.
Yes. But like we said, so I got a DUI. Así le dicen unos compas, el DUI. I got it, if you guys will believe me, on the day of my 23rd birthday.
Which we just celebrated, actually.
Oh, yeah. So that's why, because I just turned 29 a few days ago. So
he's old.
Yeah, my rodilla, what's up? So help us out, guys. Like, share, subscribe so I can get a new knee.
Yes, he needs a surgery done. So
I want that Bluetooth knee.
Could be better and make him a little taller. I'm just kidding.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was not. Yeah, you know. But yeah, yo sí me lo hiciera the extension therapy, or what is it? Surgery where they break your legs and then you can get up to 3 to 4 inches.
Really?
Yeah, taller. So I'd be like 5'9".
Wow, that's amazing.
Ver, sí que ven cómo es, ya ven cómo es.
I'm just kidding. No, you're perfect, man.
Well, thank you for clapping for her, I guess.
Jeremy, you know what I'm talking about.
Ahorita todo eso está afuera, Jeremy, vas a ver, güey.
But yeah,
guys. So, anywho, so it was the eve of my 23rd birthday. It was a Thursday. Y esta es la cosa, ya saben, cuando sus padres o su madre les dice que no vayan, es por una razón, ellos saben. Because that Thursday, yo había salido del trabajo, me habían hecho un pastel y todo en el trabajo. Shout out to Elizabeth, thank you Elizabeth. But yeah, so habíamos celebrado, it was cool. I went home. So it was a Thursday. So my mom, was a Jehovah's Witness. So she had a temple that day. So, pues era su raite. Yo fui por ella, pues llegué a la casa. Ni me cambié ni nada, nomás llegué. Ya está, me estaba esperando afuera. Y ya fui, la dejé. Ya me decía, ¿a dónde vas? Le digo, a ir con unos amigos. No, because I had to work the next day either way, that Friday. I was off until Saturday, I believe. So, me decía, no, pues mañana trabajo. I'm like, va a ser algo tranqui, Siempre se dice que es algo tranqui, ¿verdad?
Yeah. Según.
Yeah, Jeremy knows. But, anywho, so I was just like, no se preocupe, acá va a ser tranqui. And I still went and dropped her off because my brother was going to be able to pick her up, or if not, somebody from the temple was going to drop her off home. Because yo le había preguntado, or do you need me to pick you up? Me dijo, no, está bien. So, yeah, I went out. I know we went out to eat at an Applebee's. Had a few there. Then I left and I went with some other friends and we're at their house. And we drank. And I think, but it wasn't that late either, though. That's the funny thing. It was like maybe 2:40 a.m. or something, closer to 3.
It wasn't that late?
No, it wasn't that late.
No.
Pues en esos tiempos no. Era temprano, las 3. Es tempranito.
Está bien. Está bien.
Right. Everybody in the studio audience agrees, yeah. Hey, pues aquí ellos están aquí tarde. They stay for the after. But anywho, so yeah, I and this is a funny thing because even that friend told me, he's like, si quieres, quédate. Like, he didn't have a big place, but he's like, there's a couch, you can stay there. Y yo también dije, I was like, nah, it's down this, like, no está muy lejos, I'll make it. So, but it had been raining that day.
Yeah.
And anywho, so yeah, iba yo pa mi casa, and in one of the lights, I remember it was red, and then it turned green, and I started driving. Yeah, and I really wasn't going that fast. But there was like a pothole. When I hit the pothole, my front tire just, like the whole, I don't know if it happened there or because of when I flipped, but for sure my tire kind of went out, and I tried to kind of hold it, but my drunk self was like,
oh, hell no.
And the truck kind of just slid. So I ended up on the top. So I was kind of, and I had my seatbelt para que vean, pedo, pero responsable más o menos. So me ha puesto el cinto. Siempre pónganse el cinto. But anywho,
a mí me ahorca el cinto, but hey, I do wear it.
Me salgo a mí, so
yeah.
Quedé así, pero pues en ese mismo I was like, you know what, boom, apagué la troca, y la apagué, boom, my keys fall right to the thing. Yeah, I'm like, trying to get the seatbelt off, y me quito el seatbelt. Yeah, boom, I fall on.
But what went through your head, like knowing that you were you flipped your truck sideways. You're trying to take your seatbelt. Like, what is going through your head at that
through
point?
my head is going, I gotta get out of here. Yo iba, para que vean, yo me iba a pelar, honestamente. Allegedly, if anybody legally is here, even though everything has already been clear, but still, allegedly. But my alleged plan, because la troca que tenía era una Nissan Titan. So it was in the back window rolls down a little bit. And I knew I fit through there because I left my keys before in the truck. So I knew I fit through there. So my plan was bajarme de ahí, salirme por esa ventanita and dip out and iba a decir que en la mañana me robaron la troca. Well, me bajé. Ahí en mi teléfono le quedaba like 2%. Valiendo madre. So I was like, fudge. I got out of the truck, but as I was getting out with my phone with the keys, I started like kind of walking, but a car had stopped. Some good Samaritans. And I was, honestly, hey, babe, but hey, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So they kind of helped, like, hey, you're okay? Like, hey, no. And I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like trying to get away, but in that time, ya venía la chota. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna run from the cops. I'm not gonna run from anything. I get attacked by a bear. Square up, cuz. I ain't running. I almost know, I don't run.
You won't make it anyway.
I won't make it. I got a better chance of being like, let's go, than me, let's go. I won't go far. But I was just like, you know what? All right. Yeah. So, the cops show up. Officer O'Brien was my arresting officer. I remember his name, actually. Obviously, I saw all the paperwork all the time. But, he was like, I was kind of on the side. They're like, hey, you okay? I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you need paramedics? And I'm like, no. Like, honestly, guys, no me pasó nada más que una little cut. Y esa ni me pasó con el accidente. Me pasó cuando me estaba bajando de la troca por atrás, like, with a little rock or something. And like, I was like, oh. So, pa que vean. I was just like, butter biscuits. Anywho, so he was like, he obviously, I was like, no, I'm fine. He's like, he could obviously smell that I had alcohol in me. And, he did the whole, what is it, road test, sobriety test. And I'm like, hey, Macarena. So he's like, yeah, all right, man. He's like, dude, obviously you're not, you've been drinking. I'm like, yeah, it's just a few. He's like, all right. He's like, I'm gonna have to take you in. Do you have a valid license? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, en eso pues se la di. I was like, yeah, se la di. He's like, he looks at it and like he had already called something in, but then he looks at it and he goes, it's your birthday? I'm like, yeah. He goes, why didn't you say so? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I called it in. He goes, I called it in, bro, me dijo, bro. I'm like, and I'm still kind of like, I'm drunk. But he's like, he goes, you should have started with that. He goes, honestly, I would have just, you didn't hit nothing. You didn't hit nobody. I would have taken you home. He goes, you're young. He goes, you look like a good kid. He goes, you look stupid right now. He goes, I remember telling him, I'm like, just like looking at him like, and he's like, fine. He was like, I'll still help you. Don't worry. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo la cagué. Yo no soy alguien que, no, I'm gonna fight. I'm like, yeah. I know what I did. I'm like, me agarraron. Yeah. Fuck it. So, yeah, me subí a su carro. Ahí estaban arreglando y vi cuando llegó la grúa y todo. And then he takes me, he's like, all right, I'm gonna take you in. Now, he didn't take me to the downtown jail where he should have taken me to the 4th Avenue jail. He actually took me to a different precinct up north. Honestly, no había nadie ahí. It was nice for being a jail. Me acuerdo llegando ahí. Me acuerdo que sí me aposaron. ¿Cómo?
¿Aposaron? No.
Me apostaron. Me amarraron como puerco. No, just kidding. But,
las esposas, pues.
Sí, me pusieron las esposas. And when he put me in the cruiser at the first. And then, he came back and he's like, hey, he goes, hey, do I need to have these on for you? Or I'm like, hey, so to you, I'm like, I'm not crazy, dude. I'm not going to run. And he looks at me and he's like, all right, here. Yeah, me las quitó. So I'm still in the back seat of the car. And I'm just like, I'll be back. Y hizo unas cosas, habló con los otros officers. Ahí, whatever. Ya nos fuimos. And on the way there, he's just like, talking to me. He's like, hey, so what do you do? This and that. I'm telling him. He's like, yeah. He goes, well, I got a son about your age. He goes, just about a year younger than you. He just turned 22. He goes, you guys, and if that made me feel even worse, because he was like, man, like this guy who never met me was disappointed though. He's like, why, man? And he goes, there's Uber, and I'm like, I know, dude. I was like, I didn't want to leave my truck there. He goes, yeah, man, but he's like, yeah, all right, bro. He's like, you'll get out of this. Don't worry. I'm like, yeah, And he's like, yeah, we're just chit chatting. We get to the place. He's like, I gotta put these on you again. I'm like, that's fine, Yes. So when we walk in, I know, kind of like walk in through the back.
What jail was this, or?
I don't even know. I know it's somewhere off the 51.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling you, it was in the middle of, and like I know it was like a nice neighborhood. Like it was a precinct, so it wasn't even a full ass jail. So yeah, like I'm saying, like it was nice for being a jail. Like, I got there, tenían como cuartos y me puse en uno. Estaba solo ahí either way. Yeah. And there was like 3 other officers just kind of typing and stuff. They looked over and came in, looked down. He's like, I gotta put you in here, but I'll take these off. He goes, I'm good, right? To trust you? I'm like, yeah, like, that's cool. Me las quita, ya me metí ahí. He's like, I'm not gonna close it. He goes, I'll just kind of medio cerrar la puerta así. And I'm like, that's fine. And so I'm just in there. I'm just thinking, like, just like I'm stupid. Like, honestly, guys, like, I was like, no madre. Like,
but to me, like, I get it. One of your friends offered you, like, but to me, if it was my friend, I'm like, you better stay. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, true.
At that point, to be honest.
And I have friends that are like that, like, no, kick out there.
Yeah, so I think also, you know.
But anywho, so I was just like, it is what it is. So I was like in that little room, and then he's like, all right, come on, I gotta take some info. He's like, do I need to put these on, or are you gonna be good? I'm like, I'm cool, bro. I'm like, I remember telling him, like, you guys got the guns. I'm like, I got the titties. And he's like, and they're no, and y los traía. And so when I said that kind of out, 2 of the cops behind him started laughing. They're like, so I'm like, I'm like, ya los tengo. So I'm like, cool. Yeah, he's like, come sit over here. So I'm like, kind of talking. He's asking me for info. He's like, everything on the licenses, today. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. Typing. Sorry, Officer Brian, but dude, you need some typing lessons. He was like that. Thank you for your service, bro. Pero prende a hacer type, honestly. Like, I wanted to be like, I'll trade you, dude. I type all day for work. I'll type this up for you. So, y además, pero nunca me hicieron el breathalyzer, by the way, guys. So he didn't have the breathalyzer kit. He's like, he's like, I don't have a breathalyzer, so I can't even test you right now. So they asked to draw blood. I said yes. They didn't have a person there. So pasaron 2 horas, 1 hora y media más o menos. They took my pictures, everything, and then they were waiting for the phlebotomist cop to come and and honestly, even the officer said, he's like, if he doesn't get here in the next, he had like another hour or so. He goes, we gotta let you go, and then there's no evidence because they didn't even have breathalyzers there in that precinct. Because I remember him asking, they're like, no, we're kind of out or something. So he's like, yeah. So ahí hubiera sido bien chido, porque then there's really nothing but a ticket of the truck of them having, and that's it. No DUI, because there's no real. The only evidence would have been kind of the field sobriety test, and that with a decent lawyer you can get that way. But no, llegó el vato, and he was a veteran. So I was like, but I was like, but he was cool about it too. He's like, hey, dude. I'm like, yeah, dude. He's like, how many? I'm like, no. I was like, my first one, I hope. And he's like, last one, and I was like, yeah. And but anywho, so with that guy, but en lo que llegaba el phlebotomist, pues he was taking my info, and then and in between the info and stuff, we're just chit-chatting. Los traía risa los chotas de puras tontadas, ya me conoces. They were laughing. Y me acuerdo one of the cops was like they were laughing, and like I said something, they started laughing. He goes, hey, I'm gonna need you to shut up. I'm like, oh. And then the other cops kind of looked at him too, like, what, dude? Like, he's cool, but he goes, you're making me laugh so much, I haven't been able to finish this. Give me a minute so I can finish it, and then you can start again, bro. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like, and then like, yeah, like I'm just kind of quiet. Oh, they even let me start charging my phone, by the way, because I was like, my phone's dead. Because they're like, oh yeah, and then they're like, they gave it to him, and he started charging it for me on the other side. He finished that. All right, I'm done, bro. And he's like, all right, so what's it? I se quedaron conmigo, and they're like, do I need to take you? I'm like, would you be cool? I'm like, I've been cool, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Y ahí los traía risa en lo que llegó el phlebotomist. Llegó, me sacó la sangre, ya de ahí me soltaron. I got a taxi home. And I remember getting home, my mom was mad, guys.
Did she find out that at that moment, or you had to call her?
So, no. So my mom up until now didn't even know what had happened. Porque because the charger they were using no cargaba mucho, so it was like 1-2%.
So what time did you leave the jail place?
Like 6:12 something. I remember in the morning. So I got home.
Your mom didn't know nothing at that time.
So when I got there, my mom was like, otra vez, y tu troca, and I'm like, ay, ma, I was like, me volteé, and she was like, ¿qué? So she flipped. And I kind of told her what was going on, but I was so tired. I was like, and she was like, no, pues duérmete, ya se calmó ella, but yeah, she was so mad. Yeah, kind of fell asleep, woke up like at 3.
Did your brother say anything? No,
well, he wasn't home yet. So, when I woke up, he still wasn't home. I told my mom, she's like, ay, Eduardo, y luego, pues tu troca. I was like, no, well, they impounded it. So, here's the paperwork and stuff. And I started, and, no, pues como era viernes y era en la tarde, pues no estaban contestando. So, the whole weekend, yeah, cuando llegó my brother, he's like, ¿qué pasó? My brother actually he's like, ¿estás bien? I was like, yeah. He goes, no, está bien, loco. We'll figure it out. Like that much. Like, he's like, because I had my court date, or I had to show up to court, I think, like that Monday or the next Monday. But all I knew was that Monday was a holiday Monday.
Yeah.
Y todavía me llevó mi hermano para que vean. And no, pues the court was closed. And the cop that was there, he's like, no, yeah, like usually when it's that, it follows till the next day. But, and he wrote, he's like, I'll put here that you came either way today, just so they know that, hey, you're on top of it. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, pretty nice people along the way, I'll be honest. A shout out to... that's
always a good thing.
Yeah. Like, honestly, la juez que me tocó, which I remember last name. But yeah, she was very nice. Like, she told me, she goes, hey, you know, I could give you a lot more stuff. And she goes, she did give me the fine, like I think it was almost 10 G's. I'm still paying off, but
he's still paying, guys. So yeah, that's why I say there's no good things from this.
Yeah, and then my lawyer fees, no, fue un pedo. But yeah,
FYI, we were not together because this would not have happened.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, so
but he called me. I remember that.
This was this is during the time we call the dark times.
The dark times.
When we weren't together, those 5 dark years.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So you know, it was a very bad situation.
It was a lesson learned, obviously.
Very expensive lesson learned.
Yes. It's now not worth it, guys, at all. I don't think it's worth it, no matter what it is. Because from this, at least you didn't hurt nobody. You didn't hurt yourself. Oh, yeah. But there's cases where people die. People, a lot of times, crash into other people. The other people die. They survive.
They survive the one.
You know, so that's very heartbreaking, I think. Yeah. And I don't think we want to go through that ever.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, yeah. So, no more DUIs for me, my friends.
Yeah. So...
Yo ahora que pisteo, which I really don't. I'm not a drinker anymore. But if I were to drink...
He's married.
Yeah. But, no. Ella es la que compra. Like, a veces me dice, what would you want? Like, maybe try a little bit? And I'll be like...
No, I don't. You're such a liar.
She wants to fake it, guys, but there's no faking on our podcast. We're honest here. She's always like, you know, I like un seisito for you.
When do I tell you that?
Really? Jeremy, ¿dónde estás?
No, guys, not at all. She's like, anything,
she'll tell me when we go out to eat, you want a beer? You can get a beer. I'll drive back. Man, but I feel like she's testing me because I'm like, no, I can't drink with beer. I can't eat with beer. Like,
I test him. I just want to see what he's going to respond.
Sometimes I will get a drink, but I'll get like pussy drinks. I'll be like, can I get a Bahama Mama, please? Or I'll be like, can I get a shark bowl when we go to Applebee's? Oh my God.
No,
And she looks at me like, that's fine.
I'm like, yeah, he's never gonna learn. No, just kidding. But no, he's gotten so much better, and I think that's always a good thing. We don't want no more surprises.
No more DUIs, please.
No more. Yeah, I know there's people that have more than 3 DUIs.
No,
that's crazy.
Me when I was going so I ended up having to do as well. She put ¿cómo le puso? So she put on the thing I had to do 2 days in jail. So that was my jail time. So my brother dropped me off a Friday madrugada. No, ¿qué horas eran? Sí, so era el viernes, pero era como más o menos de la medianoche. So haz de cuenta, el sábado by midnight, I had to be reported to the sheriff's the jail. So when I showed up, you know, like no cell phones, obviously, nada. Y me llevé. Ahí ya estaba un vato. This was his 4th one, but he wasn't going to be there for 2 days like me. Él ya le habían dado 1 año y medio, nomás because that was his first time checking in, and then from there he was going to be transferred to the 10s. Because if you guys here don't know, in Arizona, or well, we don't have it anymore, right? 10 City.
I don't think so.
But we used to have what was called 10 City or whatever, where, you know, the sheriffs, the inmates lives in 10s, they had bikes and stuff. Some people said it was crazy. I say it worked. But anywho, so he was just going to get checked in there. For us, there some other people that were there that were just like for 24 hours, 48 hours a day, 2 days, we're going to just be held in the holding cells. Well, I go in there, one of the guys, like I'm saying, that long, and he's like, yeah, man, that happens. He's all like, I was like, this guy.
No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't. That's a choice.
Like, after that many, bro, like.
Yeah, you're just choosing to do
So I was like,
thing.
Este vato. But yeah, he was, da pa que veas. And yeah, he's like, it is what it is. I'm like, yeah, but still. But this is a cool thing again. Shout out to the judge. She put in 2 days. A mí me dejaron ir a la medianoche el domingo. So, or technically, so basically I got there Saturday en la madrugada, medianoche, right? Obviously, technically. I was there the whole oh, 24 hours until midnight. And yeah, they're like, you can go. I'm like, oh, but it said 2 days. They're like, yeah, for us, that's already 2 days because you already hit 1 minute after midnight, so you're 2 days here. I'm like, I'm not gonna argue with the sheriff. I'm like, okay, I'll get the hell out of here. But I'm like, but I still looked a little. And he goes, look, bro, if the he goes, the judge is probably being cool with you. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay. He goes, because normally they'll put 24 to 48 hours. So if she would have put 48 hours, you have to be here 48 hours to the T.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, all right, bye. Pero yo no tenía right to set up to pick me up yet because yo había quedado con mi hermano que hasta el otro día vas a venir por mí. Y no tenía teléfono, no tenía nada. Lo bueno que sí nos dejaron, they said that we could take coins. So I had like $4 in coins or $3 in quarters, or something like that. Y pues las usé and I called them en la madrugada, like from the payphone outside. Oh, porque cuando salí, yo me había llevado como 2 suéteres because it was around winter time. Y me quité uno y se lo regalé a un vato que estaba ahí cuando salimos, un like skinny white homeless dude that was there. Long story short, this dude gets caught up to live in jail. He saves up his money from the government because when he got out right there, he's like, like $8,000 saved since I've been here for the last 7-8 months. I'm like, you have that much money? He's like, yeah, let's go to the casino. I'll buy you guys stuff. Like, 2 of the dudes went with him to the casino. Like, they're like, get on the taxi. Let's go. I'm like, nah. Like, yo ya salí de andar en esto para caer con usted. And I'm like, no, I'm good, bro. He's like, come on, so I can pay you back for the sweater. Thank you. I'm like, it's all good, bro. Like, keep it. Era un suéter que tú me regalaste, by the way. I'm sorry. Era cuando estábamos married the first time.
Regalo.
Era uno de like, what was that brand? Like, Obey brand, I think it was. It was that brown one with like stripes. No sé si te acuerdas. Okay. But yeah. So, anywho, so I call my brother. He's like, oh, ¿qué pasó? I'm like, no, pues ya. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, no, pues ahí voy por ti. So, shout out to my brother.
Yeah, that's good. But well, yeah, that's crazy. And to this day, he's still paying, but I think he will never drive again drunk.
No, gracias. Not worth it. But again, guys, this has been a deep episode. So, yeah, you don't want to get DUIs. Trust me. No, you don't even want to get arrested. It's a pain. Be
safe out there, guys. It's getting worse and worse. And I mean, even the Bible says it. You know, we're going to see times where it's going to be very, very bad times that are coming, and we are seeing some at this moment. So, just stay good, stay safe from everything. Don't fall for lies. Don't fall for people that are just trying to get to you. You know.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a Prince Matumbo emailing you to, that they have about $200 million on a hold and you got to send them 20. It doesn't work, guys. Trust me. Pierde los $20.
Yeah, no, guys. Stay safe for sure.
So don't drink and drive. Call an Uber. Call a taxi. Call a friend.
Call me.
Yeah, honestly. Call us. Like, pedo, yo ya no tomo, so I'll go ahead and pick you up. I ain't even drinking.
Call us. We're always here.
Yeah, right? Come on, studio audience.
Come on, guys.
You need a ride, Jeremy? Huh? Jeremy, you've been drinking, pedo tú, loco, ¿verdad? But again, guys, this has been this week's episode.
Thank you for staying here with us, guys.
For enjoying another
episode of 11. Casados.
This has been Casados Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit the little notification button. Dicen los de YouTube. Button. Aquí en el Spotify también estamos.
Comment any ideas you guys have.
Any questions for us, let us know. Yeah, we're reading the comments. We're learning how to read comments and reply.
But yeah, guys, anything you guys want to see, let us know. We are here for you guys.